Remember when superheroes didn't wear capes? They wore hoodies, scowled a lot, and absorbed electricity like it was Gatorade? Yeah, welcome to inFAMOUS. So not too long ago, I started going through my backlog of games and putting them into console generation, just doing a little organization. And one game series, and one game in particular that I came across that I never got around to completing was inFAMOUS. Now, I'm one of those people who won't play any games in a series if I haven't played the first one. Like I can't skip the first inFAMOUS and go play inFAMOUS 2 or Second Son. I have to play them in chronological order. That's just kind of how I am. And I don't remember what the reason was that I never finished the first inFAMOUS, because I remember I loved the game. It was just exactly the kind of game that I'm into, but I never got around to finishing it. So in today's video, we're going to fire up the PS3 and take a deeper look at inFAMOUS from Sucker Punch Games and talk a little bit about why I think it's one of the best and sadly forgotten franchises in Sony's catalog, and talk about why I think it deserves a first, second, or even maybe a third playthrough even now here in 2025. inFAMOUS dropped in 2009, back when the PS3 was still figuring itself out and gamers were deciding whether motion controls were the future or just a corny gimmick. inFAMOUS was developed by Sucker Punch Games, a studio that at the time had been best known for the Sly Cooper series and who would eventually go on to create the incredibly well-received Ghosts of Tsushima. This game took a hard left turn from sneaky raccoons to moody superhumans. You play as Cole MacGrath, a bike messenger who in the opening cinematic of the game is carrying a package and it explodes and he becomes basically a human Tesla coil. In terms of gameplay, inFAMOUS is a third-person open-world game. We've all seen these types of games before. Think like Grand Theft Auto or something. One of the core aspects of the game is the morality system. Blue lightning if you're nice, red lightning if you're kind of a jerk. And the choices in the game actually do matter. Depending on how you play or how you behave, Cole either becomes a beloved hero or an absolute menace who just wreaks havoc on the entire city. One interesting fact about Cole, the main character, is that his voice was apparently changed from inFAMOUS 1 to inFAMOUS 2. I guess they changed voice actors. And I guess this was a little bit controversial for some fans. So let me know what you guys thought of the change from the voice in inFAMOUS 1 to inFAMOUS 2. So the big question is, how was this game received back in 2009 when it was released? Well, pretty damn well, actually. inFAMOUS scored in the mid-80s on Metacritic, and it was praised for its fast-paced action, engaging powers, and that sweet superhero origin story arc.
Into unconsciousness, I can somehow, I don't know, hear the voices of the dying. Thousands crushed by falling buildings or burned alive in the fires.
inFAMOUS 2 dialed it up with better visuals, new powers like fire and ice, and a far more expressive world. And then there's inFAMOUS Festival of Blood, a Halloween spin-off where Cole becomes a vampire because, well, of course he does. Now, as far as I can tell, just from the research I did for this video, the fan base for this game and this franchise is pretty die-hard and hardcore. While the series has been on ice since inFAMOUS Second Son in 2014, people still campaign for a remaster of this game harder than a Zack Snyder fan at Comic-Con. Now, having said all that, Sucker Punch has already moved on to samurais and standoffs in Ghosts of Tsushima, and they have already confirmed numerous times they are not working on inFAMOUS 4. The good news is rumors still float around now and then that the franchise is not completely done, and fans haven't stopped dreaming of a sequel, a remake, or even a spiritual successor. Until then, playing through the trilogy is the next best thing. And hey, you might even start rooting for Kessler once you know the twist. No spoilers here, but time travel's wild, man. All right, so now that we've covered all of that, why should you boot up this game in 2025? Well, the unique superpowers, for one. Few games nailed the superhero vibe like inFAMOUS. You're not just fighting, you're stylishly frying bad guys in midair. This game is just fun. That's all there is to it. If you're a fan of action games, if you're a fan of open world games where you can kind of just go through the city, pick your missions one at a time, and there is a ton of content here to be had, then there's really no reason not to play inFAMOUS, no matter what year it is. The morality system in this game is really well done. Your choices change storylines, missions, and even how civilians treat you. It's not just good versus evil. It's, will I save this bus of orphans or throw it off a bridge and unlock a new power? It's very dynamically put into place, and you really are faced throughout the game with a desire to kind of want to do one or the other, because you really kind of want to see what those powers you might get if you choose the wrong path. Now, whenever recommending games from my personal backlog of games to other people, I definitely always keep in mind things like accessibility or how these will be played in 2025 and beyond. And the good news is that the PlayStation 3, being a more modern console, is still very easy to hook up to a modern television. After all, it was designed with the assumption that everybody would be using flat panel TVs anyway, and it has a direct HDMI connection, so most modern televisions will upscale it to 4K just fine. Now, in terms of anyone out there who does not have a PS3 or who's just interested in some of the benefits of emulation, like upscaled graphics and higher resolutions, then the good news is for you, this game happens to run really well on RPCS3. And if you wanted to play through the entire series, then Infamous Second Son still looks incredible on the PS5. So I'm really looking forward to completing out the series on the PS5 with Infamous Second Son once I get through the first two games on PS3. Now, the last reason that I would say this game is worth playing in 2025 is it's just criminally underrated. Now, like I said before, it does have a pretty extensive fan base, but while all the game developers have been busy remastering remasters, Infamous remains an untouched gem waiting for a resurgence. I mean, come on, Sony. Give us the infamous legendary HD Zap collection already. Trust me, you have my money. My wallet is ready. So whether you missed it the first time or just need a good excuse to shoot lightning out of your hands again, Infamous is absolutely worth your time in 2025. It's flashy, it's fun, and it reminds us of a time when being a hero meant frying satellite dishes to unlock missions. Hit that like button if you're team good karma, smash that subscribe button if you're going full red lightning in the comments, and be sure to drop some comments in the comment section below about what powers you'd like to see in a future Infamous game if one ever gets released. As always, thanks for watching, happy gaming, and I will catch you guys in the next video.
Alright, Moya. I'm across from the Jefferson Tunnel.
Since the entrance is blocked, you're going to have to figure out a way to get down there.